Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another video. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday to you. I was 2 days off. I wasn't even one. I was 2 days. 2 days off. You believe that? Anyways, happy Thursday to you. Hope it's going well. The Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 or whatever. There's no 4, but it's the new one. It's the fourth one, but there's just no 4 in the title. The reveal trailer for this came out today, and as I do every year for this, basically, I was going to go through and do a trailer analysis, if you will, trailer commentary. Try to analyze what's going on here, so we can't pick out any details, review it, give you my opinion, tell you what I think, review what we know so far. So before we get started here, I guess we'll can kind of look at this together in real time, point some things out for you. Before we get started here, I just want to point a couple things. One, thank the Lord that this is what they finally came out with. After how many years has it been since they made a good one? Last year, I've actually lost track. Last year was the Black Ops, right? But there was no single player, and it was just all them selling you DLC. Okay, that's out. Then the year before that was, what was the year before that? It was 2017 was World War II. All right, that was decent. The year before that, Infinite Warfare junk, but the Call of Duty 4 remastered was pretty good. 2015 Black Ops 3, kind of take it or leave it. 14 was the advanced infinite, infinitely advanced. I don't even know. Nobody remembers it. 24. Forget that one. The 2013 was the Ghosts. Screw that. 2012 Black Ops 2, which was pretty good. So basically, from then to now, there were a couple things. There's World War II, which was okay. And then there was and I'm by no means the foremost authority on this stuff. However, I'm probably the foremost authority on games that were good, or like old school stuff you'd play back in the day. In most cases, all this stuff now, it's like last year. Look at the Call of Duty last year. There's no single. This is all beating a dead horse, but there was no single player because they can't really sell you anything for that. So they only want to make something that they can continue to make you buy things for. You know what I mean? So they got rid of single player. It's finally back. Make a long story long. They've done a lot of these. Games which are all just cash grabs. All just let's see how much, how many cosmetics can we sell you? That's just, fortunately, that's the way of the world these days. But it looks like finally, after like 6 years or something, they finally made the game people have been waiting to play. People have waited 6 freaking years for this game. Really 8 years, depending on how you do the math. It's just been that. Black Ops 2 was pretty good, but look, Call of Duty 4 back in the day, which was now 12 years ago almost, that was the game. All right, Call of Duty 5 good, Modern Warfare 2 good, Black Ops, all right. But after that, it just fell apart, you know what I mean? And so finally, based upon what we know about Call of Duty, it's not more Modern Warfare 4, I couldn't care that the number's not that's high. Just make the game good. Just give a good single player. Stop trying to sell me cosmetics and I'm not buying any of that, so just forget it. But it looks like Call of Duty here, and we'll watch the trailer. We'll analyze it. It seems like the analysis has already begun. But it seems like finally, they're going back to what made the series good, what people actually want. And you know why you know that? Because if I zoom out here and we scroll down, look at the like bar. All right, let's see Google Chrome. Let me zoom this in. Yeah, I can. Look at this. Look at the like bar on this thing. 192,000. to 4,000. 100. So 190. This thing is liked 192 to 4. All right, which is, if you simplify the fraction there, that's like it's everybody friggin' likes this. All right, you know how you know that's good? Let's just go ahead. We'll just go and back this sucker out. Reset that, and we will go to let's just do like I don't know, like Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare trailer, and get rid of UK because it's probably not gonna find the right one. Is it this one or is it Infinite? No, I think it's Infinite is the one. This one probably sucks too. Or which one? Which one am I thinking of? It's like yeah, here we go. Reveal. Yeah, this one. And that's not the right one. Come on, here we go. This one. All right. So just so you understand what we're talking about here, look at the like bar for this one. All right, and this is May 2nd, 2016, it's a little over 3 years ago when they revealed this thing. Basically 4 million to 600,000 people hated this one. All right, so you can see the difference. You can see what we're talking about. Give the people what they want. In other words, so it looks like finally they accomplished that. Let's go ahead and reset this thing. Reset. No, stop spoiling things. So basically, in my eyes, and I guess in the eyes of as has so far been counted, 192,000 other people. This is what people want, all right? Getting back to, the Call of Duty 4, it doesn't have to be the same thing, but just, I don't want rocket boosts. I don't want to be climbing walls. I don't want to be customizing characters. I don't care about the hair. I don't want to buy your cosmetics. I don't want some weird dystopian thing. I don't want some other, some no single player thing. I don't want some sort of controversy. I don't really want. Let me qualify that. I mean, I don't want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want any some sort of cultural statements being made in the game, like some sort of statement on equality, which is all well and good, but you have these games now that come out where just that's all they do. Is just that's. You know what I mean? Like, just these deliberately provocative things that they do with the games. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, there's just these things they do with the game. Like, what was it? Like Battlefield 4 last year? Or was that the year before? I don't remember. I think it was last year. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was last year. Where they have the battles that didn't really happen, and then they're doing the gender thing, and everybody gets all riled up. And you know how this stuff works. It's 2019. You know how this stuff works, all right? Something happens, everybody gets riled up, and it just decays from there. So, I mean, it doesn't look like they're really doing that. They're not just trying to sell. They're getting back to the story and the setting, which is good, which is present day, as it appears, or maybe near future, but basically present day. The storyline people like, characters people like, things that are realistic, story mode, things people want, which I don't know why it took 7 years to figure that out, but what can I say? So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the trailer here. I'm happy to see this. Just let's see what we got. I'll pause and we'll chat. All right, so we're in the woods. I like how it says rating pending over here. It's is it going to be rated it's going to be rated M, right? But I like how it's rating pending. Is this going to be rated E10 and up? They kind of censored it a little bit? No. All right, so we're in the woods. I don't know what we're doing in the woods.
The rules have changed.
They've changed. All right, so we get the British dude here. So we got Soap or Price or whatever the hell it was. You know what I mean? Not David Price, not the baseball pitcher. What was his name? God, I don't know. It's Captain Price. I don't remember his first name, but you know what I'm talking about. So it seems like we're going back to that. It's obviously a very stealth setting. I assume this is some sort of single player mission here. All right, so we go ahead and look here. We've got we got the whole loadout. We get the night vision going. See what else we got.
And somewhere.
All right, so now we got on the left side of the screen, we got the dude in the ghillie suit who has the same gun, it looks like, as the other dude. And they're just kind of creeping in the woods here. This guy comes out of nowhere. All right, see this stuff. You can already tell. That looks like Captain Price, same kind of hat. But you can already tell this is freaking awesome. This is badass. All right, we don't know what the mission is, what we're doing, but this is pretty badass. All right, like unlike the other Call of Duties, I've yet to see people scaling walls and turbo boosting over things and shooting lasers. You know what I mean? There's none of that. This is. The special ops, this is what the people want, all right? And here he is, the man himself. Look at this guy, taking drags on the cigar and everything. Surprised he doesn't have emphysema yet. Hopefully not, but, and so here he is, the bad man himself, Captain Price. So you just heard them come on the radio. I don't know if this is the SAS or what it is. But they're doing some kind of mission here. It's a raid. This is what people want. The the special ops, this is it. All right, nobody wants all that. This is what the people want. Okay, here it is. And so is this guy tired by now of doing these things? He's doing this for decades now. Anyways, which actually I just want to talk about that for a second. It makes me wonder what the setting must be, right? Because the first you saw of Captain Price, it was like he was on that Chernobyl show that's on HBO. No, I'm just kidding. It was but yeah, no, actually, in the sniper mission in Call of Duty 4, right, which I think was set. If my memory, no, I can't remember what I had for breakfast on most days. So if I can remember this, that'll really be something else. But I believe it's it's like set in the 90s, that mission. So he was 20 something then, all right, and so now it's like say it was like 94, so it's like 25 years later. This dude's like in his least, and then at least in his 50s now. And then the World Warfare 2 and 3 was set. I don't know, like now. I don't know, this guy's still going. It's something else.
Bravo 6.
Okay, and this is just Infinity Ward or Activision, where I don't know who it is, but this is just your it's the same thing, all right? This is them just shoving it right in everybody's face. Or just back this up. This is Infinity Ward or Activision. No, actually, no. This is Activision shareholders just waving it in everybody's face right here. Just having a good old, what waving contest right here. They're zooming in, wide shot. They're like, here he is. This is what you guys have been waiting for. He's back, and we're gonna sell a lot of copies of this game. It's basically what's being, conveyed in this shot here. Probably back up to this one. Yeah, they just gotta zoom in on him. That's really what this is. This is just kind of like we're waving in everybody's face. We know you like this game. Is basically what's going on here. We know you want to do this mission. Basically, that's kind of what's going on here.
Bravo 6.
Somebody get some nicotine patches for this guy, for the love of God.
Going dark.
All right, oh my God. All right, I'm sorry. This is pretty cool. This is cool. All right, so I mean, as you can see here, I mean, I don't know. I don't care what this game. If you didn't tell me what this game was, I would pay you $60 right now for this game. That's how cool it looks. This is what people want to do. All right, people don't want to buy your masks for 4,000 points, which is like $8. No. People want to go kick indoors. All right, that's what people want to do in these games. The hell out of here. Okay, and you also know it's old school because we're not using a breaching charge. We're using an axe, like a bunch of friggin' like lumberjacks just pulled up to this house or whatever this is, like terror group house or comp, whatever this is. I don't know, but you get the idea. We're the business is back. We're doing it again. If you look on the right side of the screen here, you guys got smoke grenades, clearly. I like the use of a sledgehammer. Does Sledgehammer Games, did they make this? Is that what this means? I couldn't tell you. Other than that, or the other thing you can notice here, and it's a little bit hard to make out, but if you look on the on this guy's shoulder here, it looks like that's the British flag on there. So I guess this is the SAS. So I mean, if you remember the Call of Duty 4, it was like SAS, and then they had the Task Force, 141, I believe it was. And then I don't know what it was after that. It was just this weird, conglomerate of disavowed groups. So I don't know what the storyline's gonna be here. They said it was Modern Warfare 4, so like picking up where they left off. But I guess maybe it's a new storyline, or I'm not quite sure. But this looks great. So we're kicking indoors. Looks like we got helmet cameras here. I don't know if this is like live PD or what we're watching. Over here, but that's kind of a cool detail there. You can see, he's got like the tape on his helmet. I mean, you notice in these games, or at least the ones like Activision or Infinity Ward, or wherever, there's always that attention to details. There's like the tape, and you see, these goggles. You can tell like they got a real pair of goggles or like some real high quality photos of them and really try to do a good job. Because I mean, that's like look at you got some convex lens action going on here. Some light refracting that's going on. We're going through this door. I'm kind of curious as what's going on over here. We got these wooden pallets. Can't really make out much there, but it looks like a lot of raids in this game. A lot of kicking doors in, which is kind of a hallmark of the, modern warfare games. So we're going in here like we're getting Bin Laden or something. We're popping off. All right, and we're just going to stop let the sun... Okay, so this looks like we got some lady here And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Not that there's anything wrong with this, just that, it's 2019. This is, this is what goes on. What I'm interested in is what this patch is here on the, I don't know what country that is. That's like, friggin', is that like Slytherin or like, I don't know what that is, like, like friggin', Hufflepuff. Like, I don't know what that symbol represents. So I'm not quite sure. This looks like it's some sort of like Middle Eastern, loadout we got going here with the desert camo, and then we got the mic action we got going here. So, I'm just thinking about the setting or the plot. Honestly, what I'm hoping for, I'm hoping it's real. I'm hoping it's like real stuff, real missions, not just some sort of, some contrived, plot. You know what I mean? Some kind of ridiculous, like there's like Kevin Spacey in one of the games, which you're not going to be seeing him again. But like these ridiculous plots. I'm hoping this is like, it would be nice because like the original Black Ops, and then they went away from this. And then the World War II games as well had actual like historical missions. So it'd be nice if, there was some historical stuff in this game. Some historical, not just all like ridiculous, stuff. You know what I mean? Like just like historical things that went on. So the other one, I don't know what mission that would be. This thing, I mean, there's plenty of things in the last 20 years that this mission could be. I mean, it would just be nice to have some kind of, I don't know, so some kind of, be grounded in history, if you will. I think people would enjoy a game like that. Like original Black Ops, like the Vietnam and the things like that, the World War II games, things that, you can really kind of get into and understand what's going on. All right, so we're doing, what is it Halo jump? I think I'm pretty sure it's a Halo jump. We're doing Halo jumps out of planes. As you can see here, the guy's saying green light. All right, this part, when I saw this, I was kind of concerned because I'll just play it here. I guess we're somebody's getting clapped. But my beef with this was that like this doesn't look super realistic. This doesn't look. So it looks like she's got like it's a she, I assume, has got some kind of FAMAS, I think is what the gun. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Not that that really matters. But like the problem I got with this is. What mission is this? What mission could this possibly be? Like what? Because you're trying to like put together what the plot is, and you got like this gal here in her friggin' boot cut jeans. She's got her her yoga pant jeans and her galoshes is just capping somebody over here. Like what could this plot possibly be? Like that's the thing I'm wondering as I see this here. Some kind of downtown setting. Maybe it's multiplayer, possibly. And if that's the case, it looks like they're letting you design your player again, which I don't know. I can't stand when they do that. I could care less about the player or the character. I just want the game to be fun. You know what I mean? Because that's just a launching point for them to sell you things like these. These boots here, that's probably like 800 points, which is $40 or like something. Because that's coming. That's what they need to set up, right? And they also need to fit the the flavor of the month, which is having all these different characters and the you know what I'm talking about. But which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just when they want to start selling you everything. That I kind of get, and like also like what mission is this? Like that's the what could the story be behind this? And I'm not, I'm not against that stuff, but I'm not really like I hate when they make it make that they go out of they're tripping over themselves. They're going out of their way to put in all those types of elements. I like when it's just realistic and it is what it is, but whatever. All right, so then we see this is like this. So this is that person here. And I guess we're in London, apparently. And I don't know. See, I didn't like this whole sequence here. Because this reminds me of... Just doesn't remind me of Call of Duty, basically. So we got this guy sliding in here. We got this cop over here who they're popping off at the lady there. I couldn't tell you. And then we got this. So we got like this mission. We can't really tell a whole lot from this, really. Kind of looks like the same gear as before. So now this was interesting. So we've got APCs in the desert here. And because we're just trying to like put this story in a place in time, we gotta assume it's like present day or near present day because of the Captain Price and just because of other things. And so we've got these APCs look kind of present day. We're going through the desert. You can see here in the background, these like blown up trucks, vans. So it's like obviously some kind of smoke's coming on. Some kind of battle has taken place here, more or less. And so now we're kind of cruising through the desert here. Some kind of assault is underway or has just taken place. So that's kind of what's going on here. So we've got this desert setting. All right, this is where we just got to really, get excited here. So now we've got, it looks like the same setting we were just looking at, but now we're in a fighter jet and we're dropping bombs. If you look at this fighter jet, this looks like an old fighter jet. This looks like it's not new, put it that way. So, I mean, this is definitely, you could even make the case this is like 20 years ago, because that is an old jet. I think that's a, if you give me a second here, I can figure out what that is. I think it's like hold on a second. I think it's like, it's a, man, I think it's, hold on a second. I think it's is it an F4E? I think it might be an F4E jet. I knew it's an F4. It's something like that. So I just want to look up how old the plane. It is from, oh my God. First flight 1958 for this plane. Okay, that is in retired 1996 U.S. combat use, 1992 United Kingdom, 2013 Germany, and yeah. All right, well this could be an old this could be an old mission there. Yeah, now here we see it a little bit closer. Yeah, it's definitely not cutting edge. So I mean that I like that. I like because if we're going back a ways, I think that's pretty cool. All right, so if we look here, we've got. Palm trees. So we're in the Middle East. We're in Africa, potentially. And if we just kind of look at the uniforms here, this looks like present day or near present day because you got like these knee pads and these helmets here are a little, they look, kind of a little bit of like a jumpsuit thing they got going here. So this could be. It looks a little futuristic. Some kind of sandstorms coming in, basically. Okay, let's just check out this dashing fellow here. So we got this time it looks Middle East. He's got like the headgear going, so not a whole lot to glean from that. All right, so now we're these dudes look like mad ugly. Oh my God, look at this! All these guys have this. These are, oh my God, it's all the same guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all the same guy. These must all be placeholders for characters then, because this is all the same exact dude here. So it looks like what we're doing here. I don't want to like go too far with this. This kind of looks like Syria, to be honest with you, because it's like you got the Middle Eastern setup. This place looks like it's blown to smithereens, and if you know anything about Syria, you know that that's unfortunately the case. And you also know about I don't want to misspeak here, but not the recovery efforts, but the what do they call them, like the white hats or the yellow? Like there's that the rescue troop that's there. It kind of reminds me of hold on a second, of this in a way. They're kind of like rescuing guys, and all 4 of these guys are the same guy when you actually take a second and look, which is kind of creepy. And this guy's face is creepy. That's some Uncanny Valley stuff going on there. So maybe it's a real world setting. You know what? I also read a couple days ago when I was waiting for this trailer to come out. I read that this is apparently going to be a very controversial game, and they were talking about the No Russian mission in Modern Warfare 2, which, if you remember that, is just a very controversial mission where some very controversial things happen. And they were saying that this game is going to kind of be like that. And if this is like Syria or something in real life, it's about as controversial as it can get. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. But knowing that this is supposed to be controversial, and this kind of looks a lot like that, or at the very least, this is some sort of distressed situation here. I mean, it looks like they're going for some real world stuff here. So we'll see how far that goes. I mean, like I said, I always like a real world. Anything that's real world, because I mean, it's something you can really understand. Whereas if it's some kind of like ridiculous, blown out of proportion future scenario thing, it's just, I don't know. I guess it's you kind of like the games you like, but kind of like a World War II game. It's a historical. There's something about the history aspect to it that can add something to it. Whether it's a movie or whatever. I think if you look at like some of the great films, or I guess in this case war genre. Some of the great war films are about real, or either true stories or based on true stories. And then if you look at the ones that kind of aren't so great, or like those ones that aren't really true, right? Movies that are, like those, what I'm talking about, like those corporate Hollywood, just, money grabs, like the, God, I mean, where do you even start with the, what I'm talking about? Like there's like the Transformers, and then what's the other one with like Tom Cruise? Pretty much every Tom Cruise movie. But depending on what you think about Tom Cruise, what's that other one, like Jack Reacher? Like all those movies, like those ones aren't so good. Whereas the ones that just are about, true stories tend to be better. It just tends to add something to a storyline. So again, I could be totally wrong, but I mean when you kind of look at what's going on in some of these shots here, it's kind of hard to say otherwise. All right, so then you look at this here. We've got some sort of like embassy riot going on here. I don't know if this is. It's not like Iran, because I mean these are new cars, but I mean it's some kind of. This looks like you'd put on the news and see this. I'm sorry, it just does. I mean, so we've got that kind of rioting thing going here. Okay, and then if we look, okay, you know what? I might have actually been right, because if you back up here, well, first if you go to this. So it looks like we've got like U.S. troops, basically, are in here shooting out at these guys who are storming the place. So it's some kind of embassy. You can see an American flag on the building here on the right side. Look at all the analysis you're getting here. So you just kind of get get an American flag here. Got a gate which is getting stormed by these lunatics holding signs. They all got signs, protesting, angry, storming the place, getting popped off at. Dare I say this is Benghazi? Like I really don't want to go too far with this stuff, but when you start looking at these different things, it's getting really hard to rule out. Like if you look at this, I mean, this looks like Syria. I mean, look at this. What is it, like the white hats, or what is it called? Like, I mean, I'm gonna Google it because I don't want to get like chirped if that's not what it actually is here. Let me just say Syria. The white helmets. Yes, I just Googled this. Which is really sad that they're making that a game. I'm sorry. That's actually pretty. It's kind of touchy. It's a touchy subject. So, I mean, this looks like Syria. You got those dudes. And then you come over here, and you've got this embassy getting sieged, which, I mean, everybody knows about 13 hours and Benghazi. You know about Iran back in the day. You know about these things that go on in the world, in the news. And then you look at, like, this. And if these are not real settings, which, I mean, I wouldn't blame them for not doing that, because that's very, very controversial. But, I mean, you can't deny the similarities in some of these things here. And then if you go to this here, just to get a sense of timing, you look at this guy's gear. I mean, this looks straight out of, like, Call of Duty 4. So this is, like, early 2000s. It would look, I mean, this looks, yeah, I mean, just the gear here is nearly identical to that. So. Get to safety. Okay, so now we're in the strong Middle East presence in this game. And so now, wait a minute, hold on a second. I want to go back. Wasn't there something, I'll go back to that one. Okay, see this one here? Okay, see this here? See this? Oh my god, I don't want to go too far with what I'm saying here, but a few years ago in Europe, weren't there a number of, things that happened, shall we say? We've got this lady here who's all got, like, all tooled up, and I don't want to say what I'm saying, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? That, like, in Europe a few years ago, there were a lot of these situations that happened, and then we got the police all pulling up here and shooting at this person with the gun. Like, I mean, this is kind of... All of these things look like real things that have happened in the last few years, is basically what I'm saying. Which is... I don't know how that's going to be received. Alright, so that's what we got here. I could also be totally wrong, but, I mean, some of these similarities are kind of undeniable. So we're in the Middle East again. We're in a helicopter. Hard to say what's going on there. Middle East again. Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq. Couldn't tell you. I mean, this literally looks like it's straight out of Call of Duty 4. So we got Thunderbolts, Thunderbird. Thunderbird's a Cadillac, I believe. Or yeah, it's a vintage car. That's a Thunderbolt coming in. Airstrikes. Again, distressed Middle East terror group. Whatever this is. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look at this. Look. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You cannot deny that this is like a real life thing. Oh my. Oh my God. Are they seriously doing this? Are they seriously doing? Is this seriously a game? This is too controversial. Like, because they said there's been people have been saying this is gonna be a very controversial game. Like, those are the rumors that are coming out. Do you know what this is right here? Do you guys understand what they're showing you right here? Like, I almost don't even want to say what this is. But I mean, you guys can put two and two together and tell me. You guys know what's in this. You guys know what that is, right? So I'll give you some hints. This is a kid who they usually don't put. Do they ever even put kids in these guys? I mean, I don't. This is a kid in the Middle East with a gas mask on. If you follow the news, you know that in the last however many years, certain dictators, certain people in the certain terror groups in the Middle East have been doing this type of thing. Can we say? Wow, that is heavy stuff, man. There's a kid with a gas mask in this, and they're, oh my God, that is. Are they seriously gonna sell this game? I mean, man, I'm really torn now because, like, on one hand, on the one hand, like, if you go back to every single one of these things, like, this is Captain Price at the beginning, right? So that's a mission. And then we're getting some kind of terrorist. And you go back to this, we're in the Middle East. You go through here, some shooting in London. You go to here, it's a battle in the Middle East. You got bombs getting dropped in the place that looks almost identical to Syria with people that look identical to the white helmets that are rescuing people in very similar circumstances. I mean, the similarities are undeniable. Then you've got this embassy raid that looks exactly like Benghazi. You've got, if not Iran, but this looks like it's a later date than that. It doesn't actually look like that. If you've ever seen the movie Argo, I couldn't tell you what that is. Middle East, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria again. Terrorists celebrating, unfortunately, or like doing whatever the hell they're doing. And then they got a freaking kid with a gas mask, that is like, I think that crosses a line for me. I don't think that should be. But then again, it's maybe they're sending a message. But that is as controversial as it gets. The other thing, my other reaction that I had was if you look at all these plants, like these flowers, those look like poppies. Which, if you know anything, not anything. But, the Middle East, one of the ways that these groups in the Middle East finance themselves is they sell, drugs. They sell opium, which comes from poppies, which are all over the Middle East. And so there's a debate about, or there was, like, if you remember, like, the Vietnam War, they used all kinds of terrible, like, Agent Orange and all this stuff. These, what is it, a defoliant? Is that the right word? To basically, like, wipe out vegetation. In that case, it was so that they could see the North Vietnamese through the trees, like, so the bombers could see them. But, there's debate about, or there was about, using chemicals to wipe out, these poppies to try to cut off the drug money to these groups. And so, you've got what looks like chemicals being dumped on what looks exactly like an opium or poppy field and what looks exactly like Afghanistan. Or maybe that's not the case, but at the very least there's a kid with the gas mask on, and which has happened. There's all kinds of terrible things that have gone on in the last few years, and that's what we've got going on here. So man, they are really going for some deep, heavy stuff in this game, man. Which I don't know how I feel about that, but there's your analysis. So here it is. It's 2019. That's the world you're living in. All right. Oh my God. All right. It gets even more effed up. All right. So we've got what looks like a bedroom. And we're going to back this up. Okay, I can't tell what this guy's with. It looks like he's like UK or US or something, because he's got like the camo. He's got some gear on him here. And we're in a bedroom that looks like a Western bedroom from the doors and the bed and everything. He goes in here, shoots, which I couldn't tell you what that's about. We've got another mission going down here on this helicopter. You know what my first reaction was to this? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what it is because it doesn't look like it's true.
We get dirty.
So we're going in here. We're raiding another camp, which looks like, you know, some faraway
Stays clean.
place. This actually looks like the same door they just kicked in, to be honest with you.
Stays clean.
Here they go. So we got, looks like UK. Getting out of the helicopter here.
That's the mission.
Blowing this gate. Some of this stuff looks like the Bin Laden raid, to be honest with you, but yeah, that's exactly what this looks like. Is there's the gate, which I don't want to reach too far. So, some of this stuff is pretty clear, and that's it. That's the whole thing. October 25th. They used to release these in November. Now it's October. All right, guys. Well, there you go. Let's just take out the comments here. Infinity Ward mission successful. You got you, man. They're making really. Yeah, everybody loves this one. At least from these comments. So yeah, that there it is. There's the defining image right there. Man, so I mean, I hope I didn't go too far with talking about this game. I mean, I just did. Some of the similarities are pretty undeniable here. I mean, we can go ahead and look this stuff up. We just do a Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, announced, daring reboot. Sounds a lot like Spec Ops. Okay. Here it is. Will be a dark reboot for the franchise. So if you go to this article here, I mean, let's see what they say. I mean, I haven't read this stuff. Cross-play, new engine, covert operations, the volatile expanses of the Middle East. Well, there you go. Immersive narrative experience. Let's see here. Of Rebel Fighter. Morally Gray. Oh, okay, look at this. With an extended sequence seen in Farah's home as it is terrorized by Russian soldiers. Man, that sounds like Syria to me, man. That sounds exactly like Syria. Oh, man. Edginess. Man, that is intense. I mean, look at some of the words we're using here. Let's try controversial. It's anywhere in a frightening direction. Tense and daring reboot. I think that's the one we just looked at. Discussing the biggest controversy. Man, well, there you go. I mean, I don't think I was far off here, and I haven't read any of this stuff before, before doing this. All right, guys, well, I hope that gives you some analysis. So, I mean, it looks like at least they took the game in a direction people were interested in, and, this guy says it's everything he hopes it would be. Here's my first glimpse. Yeah, looks good. All right, well, don't want to spoil it. All right, well, I mean, it could be a good one. So, we'll see what happens, man. It definitely looks controversial, but it's definitely a different direction. So we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. Let me know in the comments what you think about this game. And other than that, until next time, I'll do for this one. Thanks for watching.